Okay, sir. A very good evening to everyone present here. It is truly a matter of immense pride and joy for me to welcome you all to this very insightful 79th online interactive session, which is also the 59th Leadership Development Program by Corporate Mentor. I extend my heartfelt greeting to the esteemed honorable guest speaker for the day CA Ashish Dua, Honorable Chairman Professor B.P. Singh Sir, Honorable Senior Professor Ajay Kumar Sir, Honorable Director of the College Professor Mahesh Sharma Sir, respected Registrar Dr. R.S. Singh Sir, respected faculty member, and my dear fellow students. I am Kaushal, a student of BCA at DSPSR, batch 2024 to 28. Feel deeply honored to stand before you today. DSPSR is an institution renowned for its commitment to academic excellence, industry integration, and holistic student development. Uh, Today's session is yet another step in our journey of learning and growth, where classrooms extend beyond textbooks and real world leaders inspire us with their vision and experience. Let us embrace this moment with curiosity, enthusiasm, and the eagerness to learn. So, to commence this session on an auspicious note, let us now take part in the symbolic ritual of lighting the virtual lamp. This act represents the removal of darkness and the ushering in of wisdom and enlightenment. May this flame of knowledge guide us toward clarity, confidence, success in the day ahead. Now, I request Arun sir to kindly play the virtual lamp lighting video.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा शुभं भवतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदा शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते।
So, it is my great honor to welcome our distinguished speaker for today, CA Ashish Dua sir, a highly accomplished finance and analytics professional with an outstanding track record in leadership, innovation, and global impact. CA Ashish Dua sir is currently the Director of AI and Data Analytics at Green and Spiegel LLP with over 2 decades of rich professional experience. Sir has worked extensively across domains such as finance, taxation, AI integration, and digital transformation, providing solutions that drive growth, compliance, and operational excellence. Over the year, Ashish Duasa has demonstrated remarkable expertise in integrating AI-driven solutions to enhance decision-making and efficiency in business processes. Ashish's professional journey is marked by his ability to blend deep financial acumen with the technological innovation, making him a tough leader in the area of analytics, automation, and digital adoption. Beyond this corporate contribution, Ashish Duasa is also deeply committed to mentoring young professionals, sharing his expertise in AI applications, data ethics, strategic planning. His insights bridge the gap between theory and practice, empowering students to think critically and act decisively. We are truly honored to have you with us today, sir. Your journey and insights will surely inspire all of us to adopt innovation, pursue excellence, and become leader who can navigate the challenges of the future. So let us welcome CA Ashish Dua, sir, with a big round of applause.
Thank you so much, my dear friends, and I think it is my pleasure and honor to be part of this excellent running series of mentoring the young people. Uh, while I am myself 58 years old, but definitely when I interact with you all, I also feel as if I am 24 plus only at this stage. And I think that's all because of the excellent energy I draw from young people. And before I speak about my journey and also some of the insights which I think could be very helpful to a youngster who is looking to build a very good career, the one note I like to start today is that in today's world, creativity is not linked to the age. And that has been proven again and again by all the excellent success stories we had in the past. Whether it was a 25-year-old person, launching Zepto, or the Bansals, at the age of 32, 33, taking the Flipkart to be a $1 billion company. So the key thought is that today age is not linked to creativity. So it is not like that somebody who's a 60-year-old person can only give you a good insight. It is that the person who is even 21, 25 has the capability to bring a new thought on the table. And that is what I want to salute this young generation with. Having given you the confidence as to that today you can play any role today, and there could be many leapfrog growth for each one of you. It is also important to learn some basics of the life which will definitely help you to succeed and not to fail also. Now, as I've said, every person journey over a period of 30 years, 40 years, right from being a student, right from being a professional, has certain milestones, has certain coincidences, and that actually makes the person what he is today. I will take liberty to highlight some of them, and I think those were quite instrumental in my mind, my confidence. I'll go back to the time when I was in school. You know, uh, I was a very average student, to be very honest, to begin with. My class 10th marks were very average. Uh, it was 62%. You know, so I was a very average student to begin with. In class 11th, my parents both were teachers, decided to put me into a government school. And again, today I feel proud that from a private school, I went to a government school because my fees got was only 4 rupee 20 paisa, being a school um, child of a school, teachers, anyway, I had got more discount. So there was a one incident which happened in the school. Somebody may term this incident to be a little bit hard, but it definitely changed my way I looked at the life. So one very early in the class 11th in that school, I got sick. I had a fever of 99 and I took off. I took a leave that day. Next day morning, when I went to the school, our class teacher, he also happened to be the mathematics teacher for us. And as a class teacher, the first class had to be of his only. So he would always call up in the front of the class that the children who had taken a off yesterday should come forward and explain the reason why they have taken off. So I confidently got up. I went in front there, in front of the teacher. There were another one or two more students. So when my number came, he said, "Okay, what happened to you, Ashish?" And I said, "Sir, I was sick. I had a fever of 99." You know, and I was just expecting sympathy from the teacher. He said I thought that he would say, "Go and sit back on your chair," and to the chair. But surprisingly, something very differently happened. To my utter shock, the teacher pulled me closer to him and he gave me, I will keep the word very diplomatic here, a pretty good bashing. both on my left cheek and my right cheek, because those days that was an allowed punishment by a teacher. And I was totally shocked. One side I was thinking that, I would be given sympathy, shown sympathy, and here I was on the other end. And then he told me that I know that your father is a teacher, and I know when a soldier, when he's fighting a war at the Pakistan border, India Pakistan border, and if a bullet strike his leg, he does not have a choice to say, okay, can I go and leave? At that stage, it is do or die for him. So today, this studies is your war. And if you do not win this war, then you will not reach what your father or your parents are trying to reach for you. And casually, he also mentioned that 99 fever, you would not be, kind of the way they used to speak those days. Malab, you will not die because of that, or something of that sort he spoke, which definitely will sound very hard to anybody. But it changed my mindset. It changed my mindset to the fact that something which is not so important, I will never take a leave. And that was the day, and that was the day now, that in case if it is something very critical, neither I had taken leave from my office or neither from the school. And I think that impression of that every hard work has to be taken like that became part of my life, and became part of my DNA. So that's one incident which I thought I will relay. There's another very important incident. I hope my voice is clear, Mr. Kaushal, and whoever can help me validate this thought of
Yes,
mine.
sir.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
yes.
Yes.
Okay. There's another very important incident which happened. So I start after doing my 12th, I got into Shriram College of Commerce. I did my BCom, and then I wanted to do my CA, and I started my CA. Now, a journey has some ups and downs. Okay. So CA Inter, which is one milestone in the CA examination, was falling due in November 89, and I got a small accident around middle of October where I kind of had a very, I don't know the right word would be, a very small fracture. Let me use that word on the right hand. And I thought, oh man, this is done for me now. I am not going to, this is, my luck has been bad. I cannot go for the exam now. What will happen? And I stopped studying. I practically stopped studying. I closed my books, and my friend would keep on studying. And because there was kind of a little bit of demotivation also sinking in, I started to do more crazy things, watch movies, and do all the thing which I should not be doing. By having given up, the answer question, the statement was given up. I had already accepted failure. And then as the time grown closer to the exam date, before the one day before the exam, now my mother loved me like anything. Today what I am is because all of her. So she was practically in tears, a student, her son, whom she wants to grow, is not appearing for the exam. And the reason is he has accepted already that he's failed in life or failed in that exam. So what happened was, on the day of the exam, my mother was a school teacher. So before going to the school, she came to me with again, a sense of sorrow. a sense of little bit feeling frustrated, but very politely said, Ashish, you must go to the exam. I said, Mama, no, how can I go? I have already not prepared anything. So other students have done so well. So I would definitely fail. So why should I go? Then she made a statement. And this is a real life scenario I'm telling you guys. She said, if you don't go, anyway you have failed. So by going and appearing, at least you will make some practice. So, and that's what she said. And she left for the school. I don't know what magic happened. And I think that's again a life changing moment in my life. 10 o'clock was the exam. At 9 o'clock, I think 8:45, 8:50, I got up. I put on my jean, t-shirt, quickly took the ID and what was the admit card. I rushed. I went to the exam center. Everybody was studying, mugging up the books, and I stood on the side. And then the first paper, accounts was the first paper, I still remember. It went so nice. It went so nice. I came back again, this negative guy thinking, एक पेपर से क्या होता है, अभी तो बहुत ज्यादा पेपर है. Again, she was saying, try at 6 in the evening, because the next day paper was income tax and audit, and income tax every year the assessment year changes, so you need to read the latest assessment year book. I finally got the book. I read it through whole night, did not sleep much. I went to do the paper. It went excellently well. Guys, at that time in CA Inter, there were used to be 7 papers, 4 papers in one group, 3 papers in one. My friends were appearing for one group, and I ended up appearing for all the 7 papers. And after appearing for the 7 papers, I said, no, मैं तो pass नहीं होऊंगा. I started taking tuition again for inter exam. Negativity has no limit. And when my result came on 30th January, 89 was the exam, so 90 is the year we're talking about. At 11 o'clock in the night, I went from my home to ITO, the C Institute, and I got the 51st rank in India. Why I am telling you this story? This story I have told umpteen times to all youngsters, because maximum times we hear, सर हम फेल हो जाएंगे, सर मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा, सर ये बहुत मुश्किल है. एंड सो सुनते 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 मैं हर बार ये स्टोरी सुनाता हूँ, और एक जरूर बोलता हूँ कि नहीं, इस बार तो नहीं होगा सर, अगली बार ट्राई करेंगे. एंड आई एम ए लिविंग एग्जाम्पल, ए लिविंग एग्जाम्पल. हो सकता है, आई ट्रूली बिलीव, एंड आई एम truly believe that if that attempt I had not given, maybe I would have never become CA. So that attempt and that emotion of going and appearing for the exam, I think, and don't accept failure before it really happens. And anyway, failure is the investment of the future. That's what I call it, life learning to you. And that's a learning which, if one can read this again and again or listen this again and again, lot of issues will be resolved. The fact that whenever you have a doubt whether you should go or not because you fail, that's the last doubt you should have ever in life. That's the last doubt you should have ever in life. And today I don't have that. You know, so this is, I think, a very important element which I said.
Ashish,
Yes.
can
Yeah,
you
go ahead.
share with the audience
Yeah, yeah.
uh, precisely what is your current role?
Sure,
What
sir.
exactly you do at Spiegel?
Very nice. Okay. Before I explain about the Green and Spiegel, I will explain you about my role in my life, because how as a profession I look at it. Will
Hmm.
that be a good start, sir? Mr. Dhyanchand?
Sure, sure, sure.
Okay. See, as a professional, I have always believed in one thing, that nothing is rocket science until it is a rocket science. And that is still, maybe one day I will try that. So, as part of the ISRO, and maybe I will succeed there also.
Hmm.
So, there are four elements I have always told people to focus on. People who have worked closely with me. One is, have good, try to keep a good command on your language, articulation. Because whether you are a PhD or whether you are a rock scientist, the knowledge is as good as you can express to somebody else. Otherwise, for anybody, you are like wood.
Absolutely right.
Okay. Secondly, before you sell your knowledge, sell yourself. And selling starts from how you present yourself. Before you even open your mouth, people are trying to read you. So people, like, even in the summers, if I'm going to a client, I go with this tie and a suit, because I want to be looked positively, uniquely positive. Third, and again, each element which I am speaking, it does not take too much to make and become an expert in that. There was a time I went to a public school and I could not even speak one line of English. And then I started reading English newspaper every day. I would close my room and I would speak, extempore, record it, and allow other people to give me the feedback. Third is about what we call as the common sense. Because whatever I say, articulate, should be common sense. And fourth is it domain knowledge of what you do. So if you are a business analyst, and if you were working in any of the sector, you should know that sector in out. Okay. Having explained those four as the key strength of mine, my journey started being a chartered accountant. But in 96, I chose the path of technology. And it also happened with a coincidence, but it happened with the fact that technology today runs the world. So having spent around 25-30 years in technology today, now Green and Spiegel as a company, they are leaders of international settlement, okay, in the space of the North American, for example. Now, in the last so many years, in the 5 years specifically, and after leaving my KPMG job in 2019, I have been helping the Indian businesses set up and grow outside India. Now, this aspect of whole process, while and what I do is also that I bring together Indians closer to the foreign world. So somebody who does not know America, somebody does not know Europe, I help them to take them closer to that. Okay. So that's what my journey has been for the 5 years, where right from helping them to know their roadmap, business plan, funding from the global venture funds, and all those things I help to make them happen for them. And today, let's say international settlement is all based on funding also. For example, today, if I want to set up a company in Canada or if I want to immigrate there or start up there, funding also comes along to play a very important role there. So the lawyers have started to feel the need of chartered accountant much more now. Okay. Especially people who are looking at the international settlement, For example, today, if a 500 crore company in India, he wants to set up a business in Netherlands, uh, he will need many types of services, business plan, incorporation, international tax structuring, along with the immigration. So those immigration lawyers now say half of the job chartered accountant is doing, so let's have work with them also. Okay. Coincidentally, in the last 6 months or 1 year, we are seeing more growth or more investment in the AI and automation link areas right now. Today, the major investment, and this is again, we can speak about it in length if I'm allowed, is on the AI and automation. Today, the leading practices of all the big four, I work very closely with the big four also, is happening in this AI, data analytics, and automation space itself. So that's why this whole journey of AI and kind of using this designation is to now also be there where the actual action is happening in the industry. Because you don't make clients until you are playing the same game. And if you are playing the same game, then you have a more probability of meeting clients who would like to work with you. So that's kind of a unique thing which I try to mention. And here I will also add 2 cents of input as to how the learning has to be there. So I am going to be 58. Parallelly, I just joined a course of IIT Roorkee where I am learning Python and learning generative AI and all the LLM and all the new concepts of AI, because whether for this job or whether for any living now, professional living basically mean making a living, AI will have to be part of your life, irrespective of your profession you are being there. It's no surprising 5 years down the line, Delhi University, you enter a class and there's a robot sitting in the front of the class. And he has much more knowledge than any human professor. And he is so interactive that he is able to guide the student as efficiently as a human person. But again, this was a little bit of doing my wild stretching of the imagination. So, Dhyanji, I hope I could answer your input or can provide more input on that, sir.
But what is precisely your role in Green and Spiegel?
My
What do you
role
do?
is I work with companies across India where my one focus is the micro, small, medium enterprises. I have written a book also on micro, small, medium enterprises. So understand why Green and Spiegel people need like me in India. That's very important. Firstly, as a foreign law firm, you can't open an office in India. That's one thing. And secondly, is the fact that we as person in last 5 years, I have built excellent relationship with across India micro, small, medium enterprises ecosystem. Now, these number of MSME company runs into million in India. And what I do is I try to find a gem. Gem means a good MSME. And if they are turnover of 10 to 15, 20, 30, 40 crore, I help them to grow their global vision. And in this global vision, I kind of motivate them as to in this global vision how they will grow, their valuation will grow. And while I'm doing that, they also become client of Green and Spiegel for some of the services of the Green and Spiegel. So this is the way it works, sir. So it is like you are creating demand for them. So for example, with somebody, I we just had a India business house opened in Netherlands. Today, if somebody wants to do Europe business, so we will hold a webinar telling them how they should run the business in Netherlands, and that's where again working with the MSME becomes our part of the role. So we are kind of people who walk the journey and take the Indian business to outside, and in turn give some business to Green and Spiegel company also. That's where we are, sir.
Okay, I got
You
it.
could
I
you
got
could also call as the account manager, but right now because the focus is moving on AI and automation more, so that's where the key thing is also happening there big time, sir. Very soon we are going to do a lot of other webinar space on the AI space also, Mr. Dhyanchand
it.
Chauhan.
And see, rank holder CA,
Yeah.
first attempt, who has worked with Big Fours, has a bright vertical future in the field of accounting. He is a potential resource for to be a CFO of any large multinational organization, which where he would definitely be on the board and huge perks, no limits on compensation, variables, per etc. etc. Now, this world of technology is already crowded with experts on technology who are engineers who already know these languages and who have foresight of the future, and they have already spent 15 20 years on AI and machine learning and data mining and data science and analytics and various languages and platforms which come with it. Now, what was the motivation for you to leave such a lucrative vertical career to plunge into blue ocean suddenly? And if we talk of 2019, it's just 6 years back. No, not a very long tenure.
I tell you honestly,
Dhyan
this
Chauhan.
Dhyan Chauhan ji, today is not the day to celebrate person who was doing coding. Today, the bigger window has again opened up for domain knowledge experts. Okay, let me give you example. I think allow me to speak for 2 minutes on this particular question, sir.
Sure.
And this is a very interesting input, and I hope it will be helpful to some people. When I started doing technology in 96, I was an ERP, Oracle ERP. In that, we were called the so-called IT consultant, but we were not doing coding. We were just learn how an ERP process works in Oracle, entering invoices, purchase orders, and all those things. And we quickly learned those things very well and started implementing solutions. And then we enjoyed the success of that for pretty long years. But then every product cycle has a maturity and more people come in, the margins start to thin. And then I also left the taste, and then slowly I moved out of that industry. And again, people who were doing the technology, C++ and all those coding, Java, were kind of becoming the hardcore coders, which we were not. And I think that's where they were enjoying the success. But then came AI. And that was a revelation to me 6 months or 1 year back. Now, AI, what it has done now, it is making, okay, the journey of Indian IT industry was already going through some challenge. When we had the cloud, we lost a lot of jobs with database administrators, servers, because everything got consolidated under the cloud thought process. Today, in a company, whether it is your institution or any institution, you are not maintaining a room where the servers are lying now. And there's no database administrator managing that now. It's all on the cloud now. The second, what now this AI, what it has done, it has totally making the coding professionals job redundant. This might be sounding little bit shocking statement to you, Mr. Dhyan. If you saw the latest things happening in the IT world with TCS laying off people, and again, I am living and breathing this every day now. AI, like today, if you want to program something, if you want to create a website, if you want to migrate one code to the another code, you don't need a coder. Now, what you need is a person who can run this AI models for the benefit of the business. And that's where now when I somebody tells me this CA is a first rank holder, I definitely salute him, but I definitely will tell him don't take success to your head, because I am going around many CA firms recently and I am walking them the journey on the time and motion study of the work they do. I have given them real life demos where the work they were doing for 1 month now could be done in 5 minutes. And with that whole thing happening, until unless these people realize that if they do not get onto this bandwagon of knowing how to run these models, which do not require a coding, but which requires more of business domain knowledge, where they can know how a use case can be created from running the AI model. For example, I'll give you one. So that is where, so today is time to IT companies in India, and I have meeting them. You won't believe, like so many companies are saying, why don't you join me as the leader for the AI? Because people who are having 1,000 people, 1,400 people, 2,000 people in an IT company, and if 80% of are coders, these will not be there in the next 3 years requirement. And that is what the India has to wake up to now. You know, creating a balance sheet, creating a cash flow, creating all those things. You don't need to spend hours now. Migration from one gap, accounting gap, to the next one does not need to be going through a month of work. Excel is under challenge. What do you use Excel for? Advanced Excel for? For some formulas. Why don't you just give the input to ChatGTP and he will calculate it for you? Why do you need to learn advanced Excel? I will question today Delhi University. After long time, you have brought advanced Excel on the table for teachers to learn, but maybe you are too late, because right now it is not advanced Excel. You don't need it, because you had to first remember all the functions which were there in Excel, and then you need to know how to plug in that function. Why to go through the trouble? Just paste it on the write it on ChatGPT. Like yesterday, I was built. Somebody built an income tax hub, data for all the previous legal cases, notices, returns, everything combined together. If somebody gets a new notice, automatically the reply to the notice is being created. You can always validate that. So this is the time for the first rank shareholder to jump into AI. And the business domain, maybe this is a revival time for MBAs also, provided they go this path. And
So
I'm very,
basically, if I understand you correctly, uh, you are trying to say that the same function
yeah,
will not be run the same way as it was. The rules of running that function are going to change, and AI is going to be the driver of running that function. And without learning AI, you would be sort of illiterate in terms of how efficiently you should run your function vis-a-vis a person who who doesn't have no know-how of AI.
Mr. Dhyan, I should not be making statements which are like too explosive. But whatever you just said,
That's a fact of life.
yes,
You are talking of finance, I'm talking of HR.
yeah,
In HR, if I want an appointment letter, ChatGPT makes better letter than me,
100%.
and I don't have to type also. I have to copy paste.
Yeah. So why do you need secretaries now? So, so I see again. Honestly, don't take me wrong. I spent 20. I have an IT company, a team here, where I go as an advisor, and I am helping them to create use cases. I have to write a BRD also for another level there, and and the moment I saw this whole thing, it just gave me another kick. Sorry, positive kick doesn't mean a kick at the back, but kick means adrenal push. That, man, your time has again come back, and again the four basic things of life: articulation, common sense, all those presentation, all those four things comes back. And domain knowledge. Old wine in the new bottle, sir. Nothing more. Sorry, I'm being a little bit more
No,
straightforward
no,
as a
that's fine.
today,
See,
you know,
this is an heart-to-heart session, so you can be
yeah,
yourself. I mean,
yeah,
it's fine.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
absolutely fine.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is
If
the
we
way
if we talk of if we talk of, I think you are a very natural case study of professional change management because from commerce to chartered accountancy to then auditing, then to technology, and now can you talk of three things which helped you navigate this change and still be happy as you are? We can see on your face. Your face is
very
glowing
nice.
like sun.
Yeah, yeah. No, no. Today, uh, firstly, 90 when I did my CA, and till now, I have seen nothing but change. Industry change. There were time when export houses were growing in India. There were time finance companies were growing. There was a time IT companies were growing. There was a time, fintech companies started growing. Now AI companies growing. So, and then sometime I'm working in India, trying to gel with an Indian working culture, somewhere trying to uh, go there to Canada and work with that culture, and again, both cultures sometimes are starkly different, One
Radically
thing,
different.
yeah, one thing could be taken as disrespect in this country, and the same thing could be taken as straightforwardness in the other country, you
Yeah.
know. So, quite different, So, I think what has survived me, honestly speaking, is constant learning. I'll give you one example. In 2000, like there was a time as a Canadian myself, I'm a Canadian citizen, my wife is an Indian, and she is a student of Honorable Ajay sir, BP sir. So 2010, I came to India and my wife said, no, no, this time you're not going out now. You stay here. I said, what should I do? I don't know. Then I heard GST is coming. So I said, I know some GST in Canada. Let me do something. But I did not know indirect taxation because for so many years I was not known of the indirect taxation. Now GST was to replace indirect taxation in India. And indirect taxation means service tax, VAT, excise, and I had no knowledge of that. Well, so I said, where should I get this knowledge? Somebody said there's a paper in CA finally. I said, okay, who teaches this paper best? I figured out there was a professor in ITO who used to take big class, 600 people together in a auditorium and teach indirect taxation. It's like a 3 month course, morning 7 to 11. I went to him. I said, I want to learn this course. He said, he looked at me. He was firstly shocked. He said, well, that time also I did not have hair, too much of hairs. So nothing. So I went there with my suit and tie, and I went to his office, in Lakshmi Nagar, and I said, I want to learn indirect taxation. Firstly, he thought maybe this guy flunked in CA and now he wants to complete his CA. I said, no, no, I have done my CA in 91, but I want to learn. He said, you pay money, you learn. I said, okay, 20,000 rupees is for fees. I said, okay, I'll come every day in the morning class. So every day, I used to have a cruise car at that time, go to the ITO, go in my suit because I had meetings after that, and I would sit down 21, 22-year-old students, 599 of them. And this one person, odd man out, sitting there learning. And I used to love with the looks they used to have for me. They used to be feeling surprised. What the hell this guy is doing? He's coming in cruise. He's coming here. And I knew there are too many questions going in their mind. And I was loving that every moment of them. So for that learning, I did not have any ego. And I did not give a fact that I am whatever age is, yes, you know. So if you know something can make money for you, then why stop? And trust me, CA final indirect taxation paper anyway will be taught with the best in-depth knowledge. And there was no better source to learn at a price of what? 20,000 only. And I wrote a book on GST after that. So that is what I feel is, if you want to make money, then you have to be ready to go an extra edge to learn something. And that's where I think the success lies. Many people walk this journey. Many people shy away because of hard work which is involved. And many people are even egoistic. At this stage, why should I do that? That's the only, and so today again an example is the fact that I have just enrolled, like somebody could have told me, your daughter has got married, you don't have any children now, going school, going children, for you, you are responsible, you should retire. But then this AI gave me the adrenal push and I enrolled for the IIT Roorkee case. 8 to 11 in the night, not easy job. Again, next 6 months. Because if I don't have the content, how will I sell the content? Have I was that a decent input, Mr. Dhyan?
Yeah, I think that was a perfect input, not decent.
Yeah.
So, Anubhav, I think it's 6:54. Can you open the forum for rest of the people to ask questions? And everybody's mics are unmuted so that they can
Just
ask
sir,
questions from
one
Ashish
question of
directly.
mine, sir. Yeah, because I've listened, like it was beautiful, sir, the way you have explained everything. Especially, the first thing when I saw your profile, I saw SRCC. All right, wow. Then
Yeah.
I saw, then I saw CA. You have cleared CA. Then oh my goodness, because someone, especially in our generation, people used to like stop, like, okay, I have graduated from SRCC, what do I do now? Like, get a good job and yeah, life is good. But then you did CA, and now in AI and automation. How did you maintain your motivation, sir, to learn new things, especially at that age? Because in my age, I'm like 19. I don't have motivation after 2 days. That's kind of a thing right now. But how did you maintain it?
Okay, I'll be very honest, brutally honest. Okay, one is money. Don't take me wrong. Okay, okay. See, earning money is not wrong. Okay, and that also legally correct. Okay, and you may earn 1 crore and give charity to 99, 90 lakh. That is your thing. That's one thing. Secondly, what thing I liked in IT was it was future building something. Like I did not want to be an auditor finding mistake in other people. Okay. So I didn't want to be that person, because that was little bit of pessimistic job. So what has motivated me and kept me going is to keep the child alive in you. Okay. You know, and it goes with a lot of things which are around yourself. Okay. Like somebody yesterday met me, he was 30 years old person, feeling depressed. I said, why? So you have to pep yourself. Now, anybody could have, like today when and again, while I might have talked so intelligently to you now on AI and everything, when I'm driving my car, I love to hear Govinda songs. It's peppy for me. You know, it's giving me that happy feeling. You know, so somewhere you have to create an ecosystem around yourself which keeps you pepped up. Something people like bright clothes, people like music. You know, so in companies now, Microsoft I have worked with, or I go to Google Office sometimes. Why they are changing the shape of the office now? There is a jhula there. There is a, you know, because it is just about being pepped up. Pepped up does not mean drinks, liquor. I don't drink at all, but I could still be high. Okay. So drinks is the last thing I would ever suggest. So pepping up your will further create creativity in your work and do something like if you are leading a team tomorrow, get into the room and tell everybody to just jump, do a jumping jack, and then say, okay, now let's talk about something creative. The pep up would have led to a better thinking. That's the way I would define my thing, and money anyway. I think I've been good in smelling money sometimes.
So Ashish, uh, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure,
Huh.
Chandra.
So, sir, your journey has indicated that you have been an excellent student and you are still learning, which implies that you have uh, comparatively excellent cognitive powers. Now, recently there was a video, in fact, on this our own group, showing that once you start using Chat GTP, your cognitive powers will gradually deteriorate. So, how do you deal with that? That should not happen while using AI.
Chandra Mohan, you have asked $1 billion question. And
Thank you
this
very much.
and
I,
this
I
question,
must be almost 20 years older to you, but I'm
no.
still trying to
But
learn
you
from
have
you.
asked $1 billion question, and this question will decide the destiny of US and India. I am going to that extreme.
Good.
Hear me out for a minute.
Great, sir, great.
If to some people, Chat GPT will make them more dumb,
Hmm.
and to some people, it will make them much more successful. It depends on whether you follow them or whether you use them.
Hmm.
Okay. I have a notion, and I could be wrong. Whatever is happening in the US politics right now with tariffs, with, building boundaries and everything, and with Chat GPT, they will fall more in depending upon Chat GPT,
Yeah.
which sorry to the use, they will become more what I just said.
Yes.
The word with letter D.
Yes. Dumb. Understood.
Okay. I don't want them, but I'm just saying.
Correct.
And today, if I use Chat GPT to make my process more productive
Mm.
and then keep an eye on my final thing, then, for example, my final thing is I run an educational institution. My final thing, I run an export business. My final thing is I'm there because I need to still keep it as a tool.
Mm.
And that's where I think the difference would lie. And that's where business domain knowledge expertise can play a
Mm.
bigger role. Because today also, the accuracy of this AI is being questioned.
Mm.
And it is right to be questioned.
Mm.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Correct.
It is just that they have the advantage right now of the large data set they are training their models on.
Correct.
But that advantage should not make you dumb.
Mm.
So that's the best way and straightforward I could answer your question, Mr. Chandra.
Super, sir, super. And you have, in fact, given us food for thought that how
Yeah,
each one of us needs to adapt to the changing situation. Thanks a
yeah,
lot.
yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
very much.
Because
And
it is.
my request to you is whenever you are in India next time, kindly give a chance to Mr. Dhyan and Ajay ji to have a one-to-one interaction with you.
Sure, sure.
We will,
मैं-
yeah.
So this is
अब
where we
आशीष जी,
are. Yeah.
आपने पता क्या कर दिया है?
क्या कर दिया सर?
अब अगली बार आप आईटी रोड की जाएंगे, चंद्रमोहन जी आपको पहले से ही मिलेगा वहां पे। खड़े होंगे, आप बोलेगा अरे मोहन साहब यहाँ क्या कर रहे हो?
क्या कर
बोले
रहे हो?
भैया मैं अभी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस सीख रहा हूँ।
नहीं सर, ये तो आपका प्यार है और God bless everyone. And I think, as I always say that if we are the present, the young generation is the present of the future,
Yeah.
and it is our duty to hand over things to them. That's where we are, sir.
नहीं, चंद्रमोहन जी हमारे बहुत सीनियर प्रोफेशनल हैं, वो भी
Uh,
फाइनेंस इंडस्ट्री से हैं, बैंकिंग इंडस्ट्री से हैं, वेरी सीनियर
uh,
गाय, वेरी
oh,
वेरी
very
सीनियर गाय।
honored to connect with you, sir. Honored to. But इनका
No, no,
question
it's my
million dollar.
pleasure. My pleasure. It's always a pleasure to be in touch with professionals like you.
Yeah, yeah. ठीक है, sir. Thank
So
you so
Anubhav,
much.
it's 7:04. So what do we do next?
Yes, sir. Let's wrap it up then.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Ashish, sir, for coming
Yeah.
here and gracing us with your words. And it was truly, truly wonderful to hear you from AI automation to like your career stories. Thank you so much, Dhyan, sir, because the questions that you have asked, yeah, like it was such a wonderful thing to hear from both of you guys. And thank you so much, uh, Dr. Ajay Kumar, sir, and also our director, Mr. Mahesh Sharma, sir, for joining the session, and thank you to everyone who have joined us, listened us, and
And
yeah, keep coming,
and
keep
Anubhav,
supporting.
I would like to give my very unique thank you to you.
Yeah.
Why
It's a
me, sir?
different kind of thank you.
Why me,
Today
sir?
I saw you very well groomed with haircut, and you have used trimmer for beard, unlike other occasions. So be smart always. You are
God
good.
bless you. God bless you, man. God bless
Thank you
Okay.
you.
so much, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Ji.
everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Bye
sir. God.
bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Thank you very much, Ashish ji. It
Thank
was
you. Thank you.
wonderful to
Thank
have you.
you. God bless you, sir. Bye, bye.
Thank you. God bless
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Host me, close the meeting.